Good morning.
Good morning, Martha.
Good morning, Yatin. I don't know if Ammar is there yet because he is currently in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah,
Um, so instead, you've got me, Martha, and Yatin, who I don't think has been on the radio before.
nah, it's my first time.
So then, Yatin, Ammar's favorite question: Who are you? What do you do? And why do you do it?
That's great. So my name is Yatin Gupta, and I recently joined Asian Business Connection as the head of business development. It's been an exciting 5 weeks so far with this not-for-profit social enterprise that is committed to connecting, promoting, and supporting both the Asian and the wider community across the north of England. So that's about me. Like before than that, I was doing my MBA with Newcastle University.
Mhm.
Joined Newcastle University by like in 2022 in September, and sorry, and before than that, before than that, I was back in India. I was found myself as an entrepreneur. It's been like 8 years of being in entrepreneurship. I developed two businesses back in India, and one was in Dubai. So that's all about me.
And why do you do it?
Why did I do it? Like, what's my role at ABC? So since
Why?
ABC,
Yeah, why? Why? What motivates you? What
yeah.
keeps you going?
So since ABC is already a very established and renowned organization, so my primary role is sustaining that momentum and promoting inclusion by default more rigorously through my experience in digital marketing, content creation, and strategic partnerships.
Mhm.
Uh, the objective in mind is very clear that every diverse individual, whether it doesn't matter a student, a professional, or a business owner, should feel supported. And that's the essence of my role. Simple in concept, but yet complicated and complex in execution. So that's all about my role. And if we are talking about my plans for ABC, so I'm thinking that I joined ABC at a very interesting stage where we
Yes.
are reshaping our governance structure and refreshing our model. So all while upholding our core value in our mind of promoting inclusion by default. So
Mhm.
this principle is the, I think this principle is the driving force behind events like our annual award show and curriculums, which are designed to foster inclusivity within the society and the businesses. And in line with this, we are in the planning stage of an inclusion workshop for businesses. And the aim is to encourage the integration of diverse skill within their workforce, ultimately contributing to a more inclusive and dynamic business environment. And if I'm not wrong, Martha, please correct me if I'm wrong, that we are also planning a curry club in this coming November.
Yes, so we've got a curry club coming out on the 23rd of November at the Kingston Park 101 Regiment. Um, I don't think tickets are currently live on the website, but they will be very, very soon.
Sign up will be available soon.
Yes. Great. So yeah, like you said, you joined at an interesting time because we just literally had our awards. So that was sort of throw you in at the deep end. How did you find that? How did you find the awards night?
It was brilliant. Like it's my first time for like any award show. So it's brilliant for me. It's a new experience for me. Like not only enjoying but experience the backside, the backstage of the award show. It was really interesting to know how the thing work actually. So
Yeah.
it's not only about enjoying, it's more about like to understand the businesses behind the event and all those stuff. So,
Mhm.
right. So it was really interesting. But and how about you? How did you feel for that?
Oh, it's great. It's always a good night because we worked towards it for the whole year. So when it finally happens and everyone has a good time, it's always really rewarding. And it feels like a good night. But yes, it's just really nice. We see all these nominations come in across the year, and then we finalize them down to a short list, and then we send them out to the judges, and then someone wins, and just feel quite proud of all the people, all the finalists, but especially
Yeah,
the winners.
sure.
Um, so yeah, no, I really enjoy the awards shows.
Really interesting. Yeah.
Obviously, the last sort of like couple of days always stressful, always something that you need to do, but it's
But
worth it in the end.
yeah, sure. And I think we are getting good year by year, better year by year.
Oh,
So
definitely. Yeah. Already looking forward to the next year's. Had our
yeah,
planning, started that. So yeah.
that's cool.
I'm just jumping in and saying hello.
Oh,
Amar in
Hi,
Saudi
Emma.
is talking. So good show, great show, well done. I think I'm going to retire.
no,
Following
no,
everything.
please don't.
I'm loving your interviewing techniques, Martha.
Oh no.
It's really nice, and Yatin's authenticity is a pleasure to hear as well. But yes, I know you, and I apologize for rudely chatting in the midst of your speech, your response, Yatin. I was just highlighting that initially your title and role was indeed head of, but you were rapidly promoted to something distinctly different than business development, because we're not a business and you're not really developing it, but you are strategically leading it, is what you are. So anyway, sorry for distracting you, because I realized as I typed and you paused to read it. It's funny because I don't normally, people send me messages, people chat and things like that. I don't look at things when I'm sort of online, which is sometimes frustrating, but it's just I don't have the capacity to multitask. Anyway,
Yeah.
I'm talking very quickly because I'm in Saudi,
Yeah.
and I haven't yet been to sleep, having traveled, left the wonderful northeast yesterday. Got to the airport at just before midday, and it's now midday here. So it's yeah, I'm about to disappear, but I just wanted to say, well done, thank you for doing this, and I'll be regularly providing updates from over in Saudi. I'm in Riyadh, meeting some people in a couple of hours, and then yeah, it's interesting, is what it is. It was a very long journey,
Mm.
but quite excited by everything that's going on. I like everything globally seems to be happening here. There was a huge investment conference there that I've seen some people from this morning. And then there's the global health exhibition, and there's you name it, it's all happening here. So it's yeah, interesting.
Yeah. Looking forward to the pictures.
Yeah, undoubtedly there'll be lots of them. So I'll share them. One of the highlights was breakfast. They had sort of shawarma, which is a delightful dish. And they had lentil soup for breakfast as well. And I was thinking, dal. So I was like, oh my
Yeah.
gosh, they're two of the favorite things that yeah, my favorite dishes is what it is. Anyway, yeah, I'll be checking in from over here. Just wanted to say well done on the awards once again. Both of you done an incredible job. So thank you for that. And yeah, looking forward to the Curry Club on the 23rd, which is all around Remembrance Day and encouraging employers and individuals to sign up to the Armed Forces Covenant, a voluntary pledge. That actually, for the organization that's signing up, is a really great thing, because it platforms the organization, it promotes the organization, and demonstrates its support for our armed forces. And statistically, the Northeast provides up to just shy of 25% of the armed forces. So if you imagine, everybody in the Northeast either has been in the army, knows somebody who's been in the army, or has a family member who's been in the army. It's like that tight, is what it is. So signing the Armed Forces Covenant and inevitably will bring quite a bit of reward. And then on the 7th of December, we have the ABC award winners and finalists and stakeholders celebration. Hoping to get Nick Kemp there. Martha, you've got his email address, haven't you?
Yep.
Yeah, great. Yeah, that was me just sort of clicking up, but not quite clicking up. But anyway, sort of saying, can we get that invite if he's free to come along, and hopefully join some celebrations. And then there's a whole range of things that Yatin's planning as well. But you're going to talk about all of those things. So I just thought I'd come and do some filling for you, just help where I can. And don't forget to take a screenshot of both of you sort of doing the Martha and Yatin show. And obviously, Jaff and I know that we've got some incredibly capable hands here. So anyway, unless you've got anything for me, I'm going to go.
That's
yeah, no.
If you can just talk about like what's the idea behind visit of Saudi Arabia and what's all the things behind.
Yeah, no, thanks, Yatin. Martha was letting me go. Obviously, you would. Yeah, so as my batteries start to run out, so if I start slowing down and become incoherent, you know why that is. The idea is quite simply, Yatin, we're developing bilateral trade links with Northeast. We have Airview Park, right, our 10,000 square foot international trade centre. And if you can just relay that, Martha, across to Stephen, please. On one of the slides, it's the first of its kind international trade centre. Needs to feature somewhere. Just write it down somewhere. Or I'll send
That's what I'm doing.
and our partners here, Saudi Business Links, have organised a number of meetings with ministers, ministries, various government, lots of excellencies or His Excellencies is what we're doing. I'm at the British Embassy meeting the ambassador tomorrow night, and then I'm attending the Global Health Exhibition, where I'm plugging and promoting all of our health work, and YOLA, the foremost health innovation qualification in the world. So I'm plugging that. And basically, I'm just trying to get lots of trade for the Northeast and get lots of people and individuals and businesses to come and experience it from a tourism perspective, from an investment perspective, from an educational perspective. Really want people to come over. And because of the wonderful relationship and the ties we have with Newcastle United, then I'm probably slightly ahead of the curve, because there's going to be lots of these type of visits, but people are still a bit cautious when you talk to them. Oh, Saudi, and the amount of messages I've got from people saying, "Can you sell my wares?" It's incredible. So I'm delighted to, is what it is, because we've got some wonderful wares in the Northeast to sell. So that's what I'm doing here, Yatin.
That's great. That's great.
I think with you can go now.
I'm dismissed. Wonderful. All right. Thanks, guys. Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye.
Yeah.
That's
interesting. I mean, I would love to visit Saudi Arabia. Never been. Yeah. I mean, I don't know that much about it, but I mean, the pictures of the cities just look amazing.
It's amazing. Like specifically the cities like Riyadh. It's like the world. It's real like futuristic city. And they do have one upcoming project, The Line, if you know about it.
No, I don't. What's that?
So The Line is more about like it's a fully planned. Even I don't know much about it, but as far as I know, it's a fully indoor planned city for SDG goals. So it's
okay.
Yeah, it's a out of the world, very futuristic project, which on where Riyadh, I think Saudi Arabia government is working. It's really delightful. So yeah. It's a one thing. I think most of the Middle East is working like that. Even if you talk about Dubai, like they all are like working in futuristic things. So it's cool.
Yeah, I mean, I've only ever seen the Dubai airport. I had a long layover there, but it was the wrong time for me to leave to visit the city. Middle of the night, it's not great. But yeah, again, that's somewhere else I want to see.
Yeah, Dubai is the place. Like I was there for like 2 years, and
yeah,
it's a place. Dubai is a place for making money. The first thing first. Place for making money. And yeah, you have lots of area where you can spend that money in Dubai. So
I bet. Yeah,
Dubai is very, very great place to live in as well. The only problem with Dubai, I think, is weather. It's drastically hot.
Yeah, I mean, I quite like the hot weather, but I think it's probably even too hot there.
It's like average, I think it's 45.
Wow, yeah.
So it's a different altogether.
Yeah, that's probably too hot. I quite like it when it's about 35. That's good.
35 is average in India.
Well, I mean, here we get maybe 1 or 2 days a year at that. So,
I'm yet to experience it. I think the average or the highest temperature which I saw in Newcastle is 25, 27 yet.
see, even that's a good temperature for here.
Is it?
Apparently, yeah. If we get that in a summer, it's a good summer.
Oh, good.
I mean, this summer is pretty much since July, it's just rained and rained.
Yeah, rain is all like rain is the, I think, synonyms of Newcastle.
It's not normally this wet. It's just, yeah, apparently that's what it's been this year. Anyway, let's not talk about the weather. Be
Yeah, sure.
too British about it. So what I was going to talk about was that we have the official premiere of our event film for the awards this afternoon. Is that right?
Yeah, I think it's going to be live by 3 p.m.
Yes. So that will be on our website. I believe you and Stephen have been organizing that on the website.
Yeah, it's been on website as well as it will be hosting on YouTube for the wider audience as well.
Yep. So check that out. It's a very fun video. You might, if you were there, maybe you'll see yourself.
All thanks to Tracy and Stephen.
Yes, definitely. They did a great job.
Yeah.
So that happened. What else was I going to talk about today?
Yeah, that's great. It's so Mother, what about you? What you did before ABC?
Before ABC, I actually worked on one of the COVID-19 test sites.
Oh,
yeah.
that's great.
So I worked there for about 9 months. Just teaching people how to take the tests, which was it was interesting. Obviously, it's a sort of experience you're hopefully never gonna have the opportunity to have again. I don't know. It was
it's a very, very holy job.
What job?
It's a very good job.
Yeah. I mean, it was cold because it was outside, because obviously they want it as airy as possible, to let the germs flow around. And you had to wear a mask and gloves the whole time.
Oh, BP ticket. It's a mess.
Yeah. But it felt like I was doing something.
True. Instead of staying at home, it's better to do something.
Yeah. I mean, I would have liked to have just sat at home the whole time. That would have been great. But
Nice, it's great. It's great.
Yeah. So that's what I did before ABC, and then I've been here about 2.5 years now. So
long journey.
I know.
A long and fruitful journey like that. That's great.
Yeah. So just gonna think we've got a guest coming on soon. And that's Robert McIntosh, who is the, correct me if I'm wrong, Pro-Vice Chancellor of Northumbria University, who actually sponsored the event film for the awards. So that's convenient.
That's great.
Good planning. So he'll be joining us soon, in about 5 minutes. So in that last 5 minutes, I thought we could go on to the business topic of the week section just quickly. Please. So this week we're talking about digital marketing trends for 2023. And so I quickly pulled this together, and Yatin, you know a lot more about marketing than me, so you can correct me or add anything if you feel it needs to be added. So 2023 digital marketing trends, video content. It's the big thing at the moment. In 2023, UK businesses should focus on creating engaging video content to capture the attention of the target audience. Obviously, TikTok, Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, they're all the big place where a lot of people are seeing success in their marketing at the moment. So it's those short form videos on social media. Also, even if you're just scrolling on LinkedIn, it's the videos that capture your attention, or even informative videos on your website. They can all help you make you stand out. Yeah,
the small videos, the Reels, the TikToks, they all are in the market, right?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think in the last couple of years, it's really grown that section of the marketing, hasn't it?
Yes, drastically. And even I think the views and the engagement of these short films are rigorously more or drastically better than the usual YouTube videos of 3 minutes or 4 minutes.
Yeah,
Lots of new
definitely.
influencers, right? Correct.
So the other thing is that consumers in UK are expecting more personalized experiences, using, even if it's just things with having their name on things. You can use data-driven insights to tailor your marketing campaigns to individual preferences, personalize email campaigns, product recommendations, content based on how much you know about your customer. That can all be really effective. Is also, and this was, I'm not actually sure how true this was, but someone online said it, so it must be true. With the increasing use of voice-activated devices, optimizing for voice search is crucial. Ensure your content and website is structured to answer voice queries effectively. So people are more and more searching by just pressing record and saying what they want to look for, asking their Alexa devices, for example. So making sure that you can be found through that is quite an important part.
Yeah, that's great and very new to me. Yeah, but that's true. Like the Alexa and the Google, they all are like voice assistants nowadays. I am personally a bit hesitant and didn't use it much because I didn't know how it works exactly, and I found typing more convenient for me.
Yes. I know. I've got a Google thing, and I normally just get it to play music. Because I don't know. I know that they're listening by probably about the same amount as your phone is listening to you, but it feels a bit more.
Yeah, different. That's great.
But still, it's a good way to be found if you want to optimize your marketing for voice search.
New ways, innovative ways, always beneficial to be first in the market. Exactly.
So another thing is that sustainability is something that UK consumers are increasingly conscious of. They think about the environmental impact of their choices, incorporate eco-friendly practices into their home. So, finding options that have less plastic, or, fair trade options as opposed to cheaper options, especially with things costing more. If you're going to buy something, sometimes you want to buy something that you feel is worth it for the long term. So things like incorporating eco-friendly practices in your marketing and business operations can help appeal to consumers who are looking for that sort of thing.
Right. True. And I think the UK universities, like specifically if I'm talking about the Newcastle University, like we have sustainability. We are learning sustainability throughout our courses. So yes, I think the UK universities are also having front foot into it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm seeing more and more businesses who, like, they'll announce on LinkedIn that they've changed to the Ecosia search engine, for example, rather than Google, just because it plants trees, or that they're advertising that they've changed energy providers because it's more renewable energy. Stuff like that can even just make a bit of a difference if someone's weighing up two options, I guess.
Right. True.
And then the next thing, which is probably the biggest thing at the moment, is AI. It's become a game changer a bit in marketing. Chatbots for your customers, content generation, text, videos, images. It can make it a lot easier and enhance user experiences. But I think you also have to be careful that it's, because some of the pictures you've seen, there's always something slightly off, and sometimes you can tell, and it might put people off, I guess. What do you think?
Yeah, generative. If you're talking about the AI, so generative AI, I think in the last 2 years, or maybe like last 1 year, probably it's increasing the use of. So for the example, the use of the OpenAI things are drastically increased, and like we do have more than million of applications nowadays for generative AIs and those stuffs. So
Really?
Yeah. For example, ChatGPT is one of the front footer, but apart from ChatGPT, the companies like Google are doing it. The Claude AI are doing it. So there are lots of companies are doing generative AI nowadays, and it's into the studies as well. So nowadays, I think most of the universities are providing some courses in generative AI into marketing, or specifically into marketing and finance. because these are two things where we need more and more content and data.
Yeah. I mean, talking about this, I can just see at the bottom of my Zoom, it says that there's an AI companion option. I don't know what it is.
So probably a different, maybe say a companion on your Zoom call.
I mean, I might click it just to find out.
That's great. So yeah.
Ask hosts to start AI companion. Use AI companion to ask questions, catch up on meetings, and more. I think that's probably not what we need for right now. So we'll move past that. But apparently, if you want to use AI on Zoom, you can. Okay. Yeah. And then what else have we got? I've only got one more point really, and that's interactive content such as quizzes, polls, interactive infographics, even things like having people click through a series of pictures to get to make your point and show different things. It can boost engagement and provide insights into your audience's preferences. So incorporating these elements into your content strategy can help keep your audience engaged. And that was my last top marketing tip for 2023. What did you think of them as someone who knows more about marketing than me?
It's not like that, but yeah, I'm using AI like since like few years, and apart from AI, like if you're talking about the interactive things, I think AI is a very good tool for polishing because marketing is not about what you are thinking, it's more about what your audience is thinking.
Mm-hmm.
AI will help you generate those data and those stats and those interactive polished language. So yeah, interactive communication is a very major thing, a very main thing for generating engagement and for generating followers.
Yeah.
So yeah, your communication should be very powerful in this arena and area of marketing and sales and business development.
Yeah, I guess it helps as well.
Yeah,
when you're like buying something, there's a chatbot, you can
just ask, right?
Yeah,
just ask, and then you have, so it saves your time and it's make more money and more product selling for the company who's doing it. So yeah, AI is everywhere. And chatbot, I think personally, so back in my MBA days, we were creating ideation for a technology company for a generative AI personalized chatbot for gamification for their hiring. And apparently we thought that it's a new and novel idea, but it's already been there. I think companies like Siemens, like Honeywell, they're already using gamification and AI for their recruitment.
Okay. So how would you gamify recruitment?
So how it works exactly? So what's our idea? It's for a technology company in Newcastle, and our idea, and they are literally struggle with technical recruitment. So our idea is to create a gamification board where a person who wants to get recruited or just go to their page and just ask that this is my expertise, just type this is my expertise, and the chatbot will give you the selection and the area where you can be fit into that company and the opening.
Okay.
And once you get selected, then the stage 2, which is the gamification, will start. And what's the gamification? There's lots of puzzles and quizzes you need to answer, and then those quizzes and puzzles will give your mark as per your analytical power, as per your communication power, and those marks will be connected with your HR. So then your HR can gauge and rank you with your other candidates, and then in the end, the one who got the best marks, and of course the communication, will get the job. So it make the life easier of the recruiters, and also I think reduce the favoritism with the data.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what our model, and like companies like Siemens and Honeywell are already using a part of this.
But then I think there are some people who just aren't very good at that sort of task, but they might be a brilliant at all the other stuff, but just not that kind of task. And then they might get filtered out.
Of course, but there should be some benchmark for everything. Like then how you are going to gauge it, who is better than others? So there should be some benchmark, and I think the data nowadays, the data is the benchmark. You need to show, like it's more about show business.
Yes.
So yeah, and that's it.
Great. So looks like Robert has not joined us yet. Hopefully there's no problems on his end. So what else have I got?
Let's discuss about the curriculum then.
Yeah.
The history of curriculum, because I didn't know about the history, how it started, what's the idea behind the curriculum. So if you can.
So they're just networking events, really, to help, again, with the ABC, support, connect, promote the whole community. And so, they're usually hosted by, I think this one's hosted by the 101 Regiment. And we've had ones hosted by Brew and Dolphin, by Northumbria University Business Clinic, places like that, who maybe would like to interact more with the Asian community, but not really sure how to like contact them. And it's just a really easy, simple, casual way of just bringing people together who maybe wouldn't normally get in a room together, forging connections. Obviously it's not just for Asian people. Anyone can come, anyone in Newcastle who likes a curry, or even if you don't like a curry and you just want to network with people. But the food is really good. So that's probably really the history and the purpose of them. And we usually get in a guest speaker. So a couple of months ago we had Mauricio Armelini from the Bank of England. That was really interesting, actually. He did end up talking for quite a long time, but that's because people kept asking him questions. Or wanted to know what was going to happen with interest rates and why didn't they get put up earlier and everything. So, it was a late night, but that was because no one wanted to leave and stop asking questions. So yeah, they're really good evenings. Like I said, the food's amazing. So even if you just don't want to talk to anyone, just turn up and grab some curry.
The food is always great at Curry Club.
Yeah. And I mean, so this one will be hosted by the 101 Regiment. And as Amar mentioned, it's sort of Remembrance Day themed, because obviously Remembrance Sunday is the 11th of November. So we'll be a couple of weeks after that. But it's still the same month. So wear your poppies if you want to. And the Armed Forces Covenant, Amar talked about it, but I don't think he explained exactly what it is. It's basically businesses making a commitment to, I believe, and I'm going to look it up just to double check, but hire or not discriminate against armed forces, ex-armed forces people when they're hiring them. Let me just find out what it actually says. The Armed Forces Covenant this is all on the government's website. The Armed Forces Covenant is a promise from the nation to those who serve or who have served and their families, which says we'll do all we can to ensure that they are treated fairly and not disadvantaged in their day-to-day lives. So that means, if you're a reservist, if you work at a business who signed the Armed Forces Covenant, they're not going to make a problem about you when you have to take a couple of days off to do your reserves training, or if you're sent somewhere as a reservist. So you can make a pledge. I think actually ABC is Gold Pledge Armed Forces Covenant. And if anyone here doesn't know, Amar is actually honorary colonel of the 101 Regiment. So he's very passionate about this. And I'm sure he's told the story before that he was in the cadets when he was a teenager. So, it's something that he's cared about his whole life. He really wants to push it out there. He said the other day he'd like to see Ponteland as one of the top places for the Armed Forces Covenant in the UK. So if we can do that, if you want to join us at the Curry Club and pledge to the Armed Forces Covenant, I'm sure we can organise that. But yeah, so the Armed Forces community can contribute real value to a business, both as employees who bring a wealth of skills and experience, and as customers. So if you think about it, people who've been in the armed forces have a certain amount of training that they've got to do, teamwork, building skills that's sort of built in. So hiring someone who's ex-armed forces or trained a reservist is really like they've got sort of built in, maybe not necessarily the specific skills for your business, but general skills, working hard.
Yeah. And
all of that.
Team management, I think one of the best skill which they got in army is the team management and the people.
Yeah.
Management. So yeah, it's tremendous. It's cool. So back in our time, like I do have a friend named Manoj.
Mm-hmm.
He was my MBA colleague, and he's also a retired colonel. So yeah, he told us a various story about how the army works and how the operation works and how the team management and planning and people management works, and it's out of the box. It's like none of
Yeah.
the MBA can teach you that, what they are learning in army.
Yeah. I mean, we've done for some of our programs, we did a couple of residential programs over the last couple of years. And in the mornings, we've had some from the 101 regiment actually come in and do some team building activities for us. So sort of, 7:30 in the morning. Everyone who we've told about that has been like, oh, they're not going to make me do push-ups, are they? But they didn't. But there was quite a lot of sort of like running around with barrels and trying to there was one where you blindfold everyone in the team apart from one person who has a whistle, and you've got to use the whistle to direct everyone into like one square area, which is harder than probably not harder than it sounds, as hard as it sounds. But it's fun.
I think it's the aim is to create trust between the people, right?
Yeah, exactly. So when you're blindfolded, you literally can't see anything. And you've got to put a plan together as a team beforehand. So, one whistle means turn right, two whistles means turn left, a long whistle means step forward. So, you've got to like plan together as a team and then execute it and work out whether you're going to do it one person at a time or everyone's going to follow in a line. It really makes you think, even just like a really simple exercise like that. I mean, yeah, there's another one where it's something like you've got to get 2 tires along an obstacle course without touching the grass or something. That's impossible.
All of that is
but it's fun.
but in the morning, 7:30.
Yeah, I know. But we had a whole program to do after that. So yep, 7:30 in the morning. It was cold and it was wet, but everyone enjoyed it.
Of course.
But yeah, so that's what the Armed Forces Covenant is.
That's great. That's good to hear. Thanks for enlightenment.
Yeah. And yeah, so sign up for the Curry Club, I think should be live today on our website. And if it's not, it will be live very early next week. Because we've got just under a month until it's happening. So places do fill up quite quickly. So if you do want to come, sign up. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, definitely. So do you want to talk about a bit more about the workshop that we're planning in January, inclusion workshop?
I think it's still in planning stage and we shouldn't disclose what we're planning.
Build up the suspense.
Let's keep the suspense, and it's invitee only. I think this one is in this workshop is for only by invite. So I think we must keep the suspense.
We'll keep the suspense. Yeah, till the invites have gone out.
Yeah. So that's great. And since Robert is not joining, so just to tell our audience that Robert recently been honored with a fellowship from British Academy of Management, making him one of the only 92 fellows, and also received a fellowship from the Academy of Social Science. So he's a big figure. Like I think he started, it's there in their website. So his journey starts from being a training as an engineer to becoming the pro vice chancellor for the Faculty of Business and Law at Northumbria University. So it's a big figure. He's a big figure. So probably there's some technical glitch over there.
Yeah. Oh, well, I know, because we've only got an hour. You can't like adjust for a technical glitch. But anyway, that's fine. Maybe we'll get him on another time. But yeah, it was a real honor to have Northumbria Uni supporting the awards this year. It always makes them feel, so, having a university, such a respected university. I think Northumbria has got the University of the Year award this year or something like that. It's just such, makes it feel even more special. Definitely.
Education should always be priority, and the education leaders like Robert we should engage more with them because they know how to make diversity and inclusivity better.
Yes.
To make them better in the engagement and within the workforce. Of course, we'll get another chance.
Yes, hopefully we'll rearrange. I mean, the universities are one of the biggest ways that people come in from not in the Northeast to create a more diverse community in Newcastle and around. I mean, you came through Newcastle, am I right?
Yeah, sorry. Give me a second, Martha. I just got a call. Give me a second.
Oh, don't worry. Yes, so so we hopefully will rearrange Robert, and we have the Curry Club coming up, and then other things to talk about are, I have kind of run out of a script, so we will make this up as we go along.
Sorry, Martha, it was
It's okay. I realize I'm running out of ideas of what to talk about because I was expecting Robert to fill up this bit. What about, I mean, we could go through all the winners who won the awards. That's probably a good thing to do. I don't know if that's what Amar did last week, but if not, why not? They deserve it.
Of course, they deserve it. Special night specifically, exclusively for them.
We can go through the winners and then maybe we could go through the finalists as well, because obviously they're brilliant too. Awesome. So the winners this year are, so the Lifetime Achievement Award was Dr. Robin Singh Gupta. So he actually couldn't join us at the awards because he was in India overseeing his hospital. So he is a neurosurgeon, I believe, and he's trained in India and then the Northeast, and he then took his vision led to the establishment of a groundbreaking neurological center in Kolkata, India, focusing on education, research, and patient care. He financed this endeavor through generous donations and his personal savings. So he was out there overseeing his hospital, but I mean, it's a massive achievement. I think it trains people and helps actually deliver neurosurgery. So it's, yeah, definitely a worthy winner of the Lifetime Achievement Award. So then who else do we have? So our outstanding Teesside business was Alt Labs. So Imran Anwar is Alt Labs CEO, and they're a global leader in innovation and software development. Alt Labs has mentored over 180 startups and secured over 23 million pounds in funding and received awards for his dedication to innovation, including ours. So yep, that is Teesside, outstanding Teesside business, sponsored by Teesside University. So public sector award was won by Juna Sathian. So June is an associate professor at Northumbria University, and she's a pioneer in physics and a STEM advocate. Fun fact, she actually teaches Rebecca's boyfriend.
That's great.
Yeah.
He is in good head.
Exactly. So Rebecca is our marketing assistant apprentice, for people who don't know. So Juna invented the world's first room temperature diamond MASER technology and received significant EPSRC funding in 2023. So she's also Newcastle City Council's first Indian origin councillor, and she leads initiatives for climate change and community welfare. So third sector was won by the Dragonfly Cancer Trust, which is a non-profit organisation committed to improving the lives of children and young people facing life-limiting cancer diagnoses. So definitely a worthy cause for that one. And that was sponsored by the SME Centre of Excellence. The Professional Award actually had two winners this year. So the first one is Poonam Singh. So she's a lead specialist nurse and chair of the Quality of Patient Experience Group, an advocate for diversity and equality in her role as a governor for nursing and midwifery, and serves as the co-chair of the Race Equality Network. And the second winner is Sahil Nayar, and he's a chartered accountant and adept deal maker with over a decade of experience in M&A, excels in transactions involving businesses. And he's widely respected in the Northeast for his revenue-generating initiatives and actively promotes corporate finance careers, emphasising diversity in the region. And then the Professional Award was sponsored by Bruin Dolphin. And moving on to the Independent Award, which also had two winners. So the first winner is Airbay, which was founded during the pandemic by Kanika Singh, which specializes in event decorations with floral arrangements and wedding setups. And Airbay is all about crafting memorable moments through unique balloon art and innovative concepts. And then the second winner of the Independent Award is Payal Singh, who is the founder of Ashita Jewelry and Handicrafts Limited, creating unique handmade jewelry and artifacts. And she used to work in microbiology, but now she's an entrepreneur doing this. And the Independent Award was sponsored by the Northeast LEP. My Deli won the People's Choice Award, which is sponsored by Spice FM. So My Deli is an Indian street food, and it's set out to redefine the UK's dining scene by bringing the heart of Delhi to its restaurants. So they have locations in Sunderland, Leicester, and Newcastle, I believe, although that's not on my list. And they won Britain's top takeaway in 2022. So if you want some good food, I recommend going there. Health and Life Science Award, which was sponsored by Yola Health and presented by Sam Allen, who is the CEO of the Integrated Care Services in the Northeast and North Cumbria, basically the NHS. So the winners of that were Shukun Chadha. So she is a seasoned health economist with over 50 publications, and she's held key roles in market access, co-founded Sirius Market Access, and retired as an executive vice president at Genesis Research, and she now mentors people. And the other winner was Dr. Mohammed Safwan Akram, who is an associate professor at the National Horizon Centre, Teesside University. He leads well-funded research to reduce bioprocess costs, especially in cancer drugs and cell gene therapies. And our next winner was Dr. Atif Syed for Scaling Business. The Scaling Business Award was sponsored by RTC North. So Dr. Atif is an accomplished engineer and CEO of Wutzano, which is revolutionizing the food industry with Avari TM, a cutting-edge robotic system. And he's been awarded plenty of awards as well. And getting to the two last awards. So the Young Asian Voices Award, which is sponsored obviously by Young Asian Voices, went to Manur Rushan. And so Manur's worked tirelessly with Young Asian Voices to improve their operations and to work with the young people there. So that's Manur. And our final award was for the Aman Foundation Award, which was sponsored by the Aman Foundation. And this is to honour someone who has recently passed away, but who we still think deserves recognition. And so this was awarded to Dr. Mrs. S. Nath, who had a deep love for art and literature from a close-knit musical family. Despite losing her sight at 32, she continued to live an extraordinary life, exhibiting remarkable resilience and unwavering compassion. An incredible woman who left an indelible mark on all who had the privilege of knowing her. And her award was collected by her husband on the night. So that was our award winners. Definitely a prestigious group of people. So can't wait to see who's going to win next year. Yep. Sure. Nominations are open if you know someone who you think deserves an award. Fill in the form on our website. The more we get, the better the award ceremony, really. And it's always fun to discover new people who've done amazing things. You just don't know who's out there until someone says, actually, this person exists. So yeah, send in your nomination.
If I'm not wrong, we already started to getting nomination.
Yes, we have had a few already, yeah. Which is great. Keep them coming. So yeah. We probably don't have time to go through all the finalists. But congratulations to all of them as well. I know that they didn't win, but just becoming a finalist is a really big achievement. So,
that's great.
Well done. I think we've probably got about 2 or 3 minutes before we end up being cut off. So shall we recap? Sign up for the Curry Club when it goes live on our website. It's free, free to attend. Great food at Kingston Park. So yeah, sign up for that. Send us a nomination. You can nominate yourself if you want. We don't tell anyone who's nominated the nominee. So if you want an award, send in your nomination. No one will know, apart from me. And what else was it? What else did we talk about? Yes, our video premiere 3 p.m. 3 p.m.
3 p.m. today. Yeah.
3 p.m. today on our website and on YouTube. If you want to have a look, if you've never been to the ABC Awards and you want to know what it's all about, what it looks like, have a look. Have a watch. We've got plenty of pictures on our website as well. We've got a blog post up about the awards, which has got a full gallery of pictures at the bottom. So have a look through them. It'll just give you an idea. We'd love to see even more people there next year. We were sold out.
For that.
Yes. we were sold out this year, and we'd love to be sold out again, but it would be even better if it's bigger and better. So yeah, have a look, see if you'd like to come, nominate yourself, nominate your friend, nominate your parents, whoever you think deserves it, and join us in November at our curry club.
Sorted.
Yeah, I think that's everything covered. So yeah, we've got a couple of minutes before we cut off, so I guess probably just thank you for joining me, Yatin. Thank you. How was your first radio experience?
It was good. Like the plan was like for the first 30 minutes, but it went for 1 hour.
Yes.
Every day surprise for me in ABC.
Well, hopefully next time our guest won't have some technical difficulties, and we can follow the script, but that's fine. We made it work. It worked. We're fine.
It was amazing.
Yeah. And will you join us again on the radio?
Hopefully.
Great, because it sounds like Amar's going to put us on anyway, whether we want to or not. But yeah, so thank you for joining me and Yatin today on Weekly Show Business. Our website, in case is www.abconnectionswithanx.org, and you'll find all the things we've talked about on there. Yes, so thank you, and we will say goodbye, and before the adverts join. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Thank you, Martha. Thank you all. Goodbye.
Thanks, Yatin.